All right, so today we're starting our midterm review. We're doing the first half of it today and the last half of it tomorrow. So we're starting with the first section. So here's how I want you to label your midterm review papers at your desk. I want you to actually write the title of the slide. This is going to be the title of the first section on your midterm. So by the time we get to the end of this review, you're going to essentially be looking at the template for your midterm exam. The sections that are going to be on it, obviously there will be different questions, but that'll give you a real good picture of what you're looking at for your midterm exam. All right, so in the first three, you're going to evaluate the expression when x equals 9, y equals -3, and z equals 12. All right, so we make our substitutions, z minus y when z is 12 and y is -3. And we get 12 minus -3, which is a double negative, changes to a positive, 15. On the second one, 8 times -3, which is -24. The next one, 9 divided by -3 is -3. Who got them all? All right, give yourself 3 points at the top of your paper. All right, we're keeping track of points. Second section, plot the point and describe its location. I want you to go ahead and draw the coordinate plane on your regular paper. We're not going to worry about graph paper. Just try to write it neatly. You can number it by ones the same way that you see on my screen. And then go ahead and plot those 4 points, points A, B, C, and D. All right, so point A, all right, do I go left 3 or right 3? I go left 3 because it's negative. Then do I go up 2 or down 2? I go up 2, -3 up 2. Did you get point A? Okay. Point B, where do I go? Right or left? Right 3 and then up 2. Point B. What about point C? Right 1, up 1. What about point D? Left 2, down 3. All right. How many of you, all 4 of your points match that? Do they match? Okay, so now let's talk location. What's the location of point A? Quadrant 2. What's the location of point B? Quadrant 1. What about C? Quadrant 1. What about D? Quadrant 3. Very good. What if I had a point directly on the -6 over there? X-axis. What if I had one over on the 5? That would be y-axis. What if it was right in the middle? It's called the point of origin. The point of origin. Okay, we did not really go over that too much. Don't necessarily have to worry about that for your midterm. It's just something that you can remember for the future. All right, next section, simplify the expression. Simplify the expression. Yes, that was 4 points total on the last one. Okay, so -5y plus 8y minus 2y, they all have y's, so I can just combine my coefficients to get what? 1y, or you could just say y. All right, now in the second one, what's in parentheses, c plus 4 cannot be combined. They are not like terms, so I must multiply using distributive property. 2 times c is 2c, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3c. What terms can you combine here? 2c and 3c to make 5c plus 8. You cannot combine it any further than that because they are not like terms. All right, on the third one, -p plus what? 3p. Then what comes next?
3 times -15.
Which is -15. So now what's -p plus 3p?
2p.
It is 2p because that's a -1p. -1 plus 3 is 2 minus 15. All right, who got all 3? All 3. Okay, if you missed one, do you see where you went wrong? Okay. All right, next one, solve the equation. Checking your solution is optional. You can, I'm sorry? Yes, that was 3 points. All right, and this one's 3 points also. So checking your solution's optional. However, if you have time, you can be sure that you got it right. All right, so solve each one of those equations. On the first one, we need to subtract 8 from both sides, and then y equals 9. On the second one, what do we do first? Just tell me. Subtract 12 from both sides. X over 8 equals negative 17. Okay, then what do? Multiply both sides by 8. And then you get x equals negative 136. Okay, and then what do you do on the third one? Add 14. You get 6 equals negative d over 9. And what do you need to do to get d by itself? Not 9. Negative 9. You have to take the negative with it to the other side. Okay? And then negative 54 equals d. All right, who got all three of those? Who got all three of those right? Okay, anybody miss one?
I forgot the negative.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, inequalities. So what do we do first to both sides? The first one. Multiply by 4, both sides. Do I need to reverse my inequality? No, because a positive number was connected to my variable. Okay, so I leave my inequality the same. And then it's open or closed dot? Closed, arrow going left or right? To the right, very good. All right, now on the second one, what do I do first? Subtract 7 both sides. Negative 2u is greater than or equal to negative 2. What do I do now? Divide negative 2 both sides. Do I need to reverse my inequality?
Yes.
Yes, I do, because the negative is attached to my variable now. I'm also dividing by a negative, but that doesn't have any bearing on it. It does have a bearing on my answer, though. So u is less than or equal to positive 1 because I divided two negatives. Okay, number line 1, 0, and 2. And then what would I do? Open dot or closed?
Closed.
Yes, I would do a closed dot going right or left? To the left. Closed dot going to the left. All right, next one, GCF and LCM. All right, so this is the next section on your midterm. You can expect to see a GCF and LCM problem that you solve using prime factorization. Okay, so prime factorization of 56 and 136. Guys, stop talking. We're going over it now. Do you have 2 2s and a 7?
Yes.
And, or, I'm sorry, 3 2s, and then 3 2s and a 17?
Yes.
Okay, so now one set. Okay, so for each set of common factors, we are going to just go ahead and cross it out. And then our leftovers, go ahead and circle them. That will help you with GCF and LCM. So for GCF, do the leftovers matter?
No.
No, only the groups. 2 times 2 times 2. 8. Okay, for LCM, 2 times 2 times 2, and now you multiply in your leftovers. 952. Who got both of those right?
I didn't finish.
Yes, very good.
2 1 point.
Huh?
It's 2.
That's 2 points. 2 points. Okay, now on the next one, we're going to simplify these expressions. There's nothing to solve because we don't know what the variable equals. All right, we're going to simplify the expressions by using product of powers and quotient of powers. On the first one, which part of the term is raised to the exponent? Is it the number or the variable? It's the variable. So I multiply the numbers together. 2 times 6 is 12. Okay? And then n to the 11th times n to the 8th would give me n to the 19th power. N to the 19th power. All right, on the second one, below it, 2m to the 4th times 7m to the 5th. What's 2 times 7? 14. M to the 9th power. Okay, who got those two right? Got those two right. Okay, so multiplication is pretty simple. Now, I did have to make a change to the bottom right one because I realized there was a typo. It should be 8 to the third. Like, that doesn't even make any sense for quotient of powers if it doesn't have the same base. All right, so on the top right one, 15y to the 7th over 5y to the 3rd. All right, again, the variables are what's raised to the exponent, so I can actually just reduce the numbers. 15 over 5 is 3, y to the 4th. Did y'all get that one right?
Yes.
Okay, and now that we've made the correction to the bottom right one, yeah, 8 to the 12 minus 3 would be 8 to the 9th power. 8 to the 9th power. Any questions on product and quotient of powers? You have a section just like this on your midterm. All right, any questions? Okay, one more section for today. Write the expression using only positive exponents. So here we're dealing specifically with reciprocals, and we need to write these terms in the other side of the fraction in order to make the exponent positive. So I understand that 18 to the negative 4th is understood to be over 1. So if I need to write it as a positive exponent, it's going to be 1 over 18 to the 4th power. All right? And then I would do the second one the same way. So now my answer is going to be what? Very good. 1 over 7 to the 8th power. Now on the third one, do I need to move the whole term into the denominator? No, only the part that has the negative exponent. So again, I understand that to be over 1. So the 3 I would leave in my numerator. I don't move it because it's not negative. Doesn't have a negative exponent. I only move y squared. Have you done the last two? So I know to subtract exponents with the same base. So 6 minus 3 is going to be 3. Do I leave my leftovers for A on top or bottom? Top. What about B? Bottom, because the exponent's larger on bottom. Now for the last one, I need to do what? What term would be in my numerator? What term would be in my denominator? 8 to the 7th, exactly, because I have to move it to my denominator to make it positive. All right, so again, this is going to be a section on your midterm. That wraps up part 1 of your midterm review.